I would fix Amazon.
Okay.
Amazon doesn't follow any of the rules. They create more problems than they do solutions. They want to be Ingram when they grow up, and they will never be. So they're kind of a boil on the butt of the industry, but unfortunately, that's where most people buy their books these days. So we do have to put up with it. And authors never like the answer that I can't do anything about this. This is Amazon. I've actually gotten into the back office because, I explained to you earlier how we do KDP with our Kindle books. I've actually gotten into the back office. I've written a note and said, hey, this is wrong. And they will write me back and say, oh, it's your publisher. And I will have the thing in front of me, and I will know it was not the publisher, me, who did it. Because I will have the documentation in front of me. And if you fight with them, they're like, oh, now you're violating our policy because you're on our client's email. You're in our client's account. So it's just a really nasty topic. But then I have to back up and explain to people, Amazon employs minimum wage for the most part. People who come and go, they have a very high turnover rate. And so, it's hard to get anybody trained there. And even if they did want to do it right, it would be hard to train.
I'm glad that you brought that up, because I think that's a really important perspective for folks. Just because Amazon has Kindle publishing and therefore a platform to get your books out doesn't mean that the people who are behind the scenes there are publishing industry professionals, right? They are given a job to run an arm of a big, gigantic business. And so honestly, they're not really caring about where your book is going. They're caring about your book as a product that can be sold and therefore bring more money and more people into Amazon's engine versus what your book is going to do or not for your readers. And I think that's really important to remember. Generally speaking, even Amazon aside, nobody's ever going to care about your book the way that you do as the author. And that is the way that it should be. You've got to hustle, and you've got to believe in it, and you've got to do what you're going to do with it. But to look at Amazon specifically, keeping in mind that Amazon is not a publishing house. Their bread and butter business isn't in producing books and getting books out into the world. And I think looking at it through that lens is really important.
Yeah, they're a distributor. So, that's their function. They can call themselves a publisher, but at the end of the day, they're really a distributor.